萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽啊咕噜贝阿哈萨萨玛哈 生悉地吽，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽。萨萨玛哈，莲生悉地吽，咕噜贝，阿呵萨萨玛哈。
阿弥陀佛，渐渐哈达，马上即将圆满。还没现哈达的，赶快去现哈达。 应师子请准备，应师子请准备。应师子请准备，应师子请准备。阿弥陀。 会即将开始，手机请关机或调整为震动静音模式，谢谢大家。真佛宗台湾雷藏寺摩利支天菩萨。
At the True Buddha School, Taiwan Lei Tsang Temple. Today, the founder and the lineage guru of True Buddha School, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, is presiding over the Marici Homa fire offering ceremony. The ceremony has now begun, and together we will be welcoming His Holiness Simu Vajra Master Lian-Sheng and the assembly of masters to enter into the ceremonial hall.
恭请根本传承上师圣真莲生活佛上
Inviting our lineage Guru, His Holiness Buddha Lian-Sheng, to make an offering of incense. Great homage choosing visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize full procession on the ground, second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize full procession to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth half bow.
恭请无上法王圣真莲生活佛生法帮助。
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to ascend to the Dharma throne. Inviting Sumo Vajra Master Lian-Sheng to take the Dharma seat. Inviting Rinpoche and the Dharma Masters to please take the Dharma seats. Inviting all Dharma teachers, our distinguished guests, and all participants, please be seated. First, let's extend our warmest welcome to the precious Dharma King, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. And welcome to Simu Vajra Master Lian-Sheng. And also welcome to Rinpoche and all participating masters, all the reference, distinguished guests, and all participants. Thank you for coming. The offering of Hatha. Let's join our palms with reverence, and now we're inviting Vajra Master Lian Feng to represent all of us to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage Guru as a symbol of the highest honor. please form Padma Kumara Mudra and visualize our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to sit on top of our heads, radiating light to bless us. Recite the Guru long mantra 7 times to pray for lineage blessing.
Om Ahum Gurupe Ahe Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hong. 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 Om Ahum Gurupe Ahe Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hong.
Perform the 4 immeasurables. From the father's side on your right, from the mother's side on your left. Enemies, friends and teachers behind you, enemies and karmic creditors in front of you. Sentient beings around you. Practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attain walking on the Buddhist path. Wake up call. Inviting Great Master, His Holiness, to bless the prayers, registration forms, Homa cards, and all the offerings. Purification mantras. Invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke the lineage Guru of True Buddha School, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. We sincerely invoke the main deity of the ceremony, Namo Marici Bodhisattva. Namo True Buddha School lineage Gurus, Dharma Buddha, the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Golden Mother of the primordial jet pawn. At two Buddha school, 8 primary deities. All the deities enshrined at the Taiwan Lei Tsang temple, the heavenly fire god, two Buddha assembly divinities. All Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions, all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas.
观想大礼拜，礼拜根本传承上，十几十万三世界。
Great homage using visualization. First to the root guru and all Buddhas. Release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Release the mudra. Third to all the Helukas and Dharma protectors. Release the mudra. And fourth, half bow. Grand mandala offering from the mudra. And visualize all the offerings, multiple and fill the space, and offer to the root guru, the main deity of Marici Bodhisattva, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dharma, Helukas, Dharma, Dakinis, and all sentient beings. Recite the offering words and the mantra. For immeasurable visualization. Visualize your root gurus and all the 3 jewels, the Dharma jewels, Buddha jewels, Sangha jewels, and empower us. Recite a fourfold mantra. Armor protection. From the Dharma collapse mudra. And visualize the blue light transferring to the Dharma protectors to protect all the participants in the ceremony to be auspicious. Inviting His Holiness to bless with the mala. Please stand up.
Now inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit to set ceremonial demarcation around it. To lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings, and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enhancements, magnification, subjugation, and prado deliverance. We'll be reciting the Hat Mantra of Marici Bodhisattva. Inviting His Holiness to return to the Dharma throne. And all the Dharma masters to please take the Dharma seats, and inviting everybody to please be seated. enter into samadhi. Visualize the main deity merges with the Homa fire and with the practitioner perform 9-cycle Buddha breathing. Recite the 8 mantras of the 8 principal deities.
Merit dedication.
恭请根本上师做总回向，约大众个别回向祈愿。
Inviting our lineage Guru to perform the overall merit dedication.
一心敬礼
Wholeheartedly we pay homage
南无至天菩萨，
to Marici Bodhisattva.
一心敬礼南无至
Wholeheartedly
天
we
菩
pay
萨，
homage to Marici
一
Bodhisattva.
心敬礼南无至天菩萨，
Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Marici
祈
Bodhisattva.
请菩萨
We pray to the
加
Bodhisattva
持 列表的有民众
to bless
接引
the
往生
Bardo
清
spirits
净佛
lined
国
up to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands.
祈请麻利支天菩萨
We pray to Marici Bodhisattva
护持仪会大众
to support participants.
疾病消除
May their sicknesses be
身体健
eradicated.
康
May they gain good health.
祈请麻利支天菩萨
We pray to
加
Marici
持仪会
Bodhisattva
大众
to bless all
福分
participants.
增长
May they gain
智慧
good
增长
fortune and wisdom.
敬爱圆满
May they live in harmony.
让所有仪会的人
May all participants
身体健康
have great health
万事如意
and all goes
红
according to their
凶化
wishes.
吉
Calamities
道
transform
心
into
坚固
auspiciousness. May they stay committed
祈
in
请
spiritual
加持
cultivation.
日吉祥
We pray that you bless us with
夜吉祥
auspiciousness during the day, auspiciousness
日
at night,
六时
auspiciousness around the clock,
一切吉祥中之者
and those amidst the
祈
auspiciousness.
请上师加
Pray
持
for the blessings by the root
本
guru,
尊摄受
for the absorption by the Yida,
护法永在
and protection and accompaniment by
一
the
心敬
protector.
麻利支天菩萨
Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to
请
Marici
守护
Bodhisattva to
仪
please
会大众
protect all participants.
天罗神地
And
罗
to the
神
gods in heavens,
人
gods
离
on
难
earth, may we be
难
far from all
离散
calamities, may all
一
calamities
切
abandon us.
灾殃
Let
化
all
为尘
disasters turn into dust.
愿所祈求皆能够体
May
验
all of our prayers be granted according to our wishes.
障碍退散，愿
May all
敌退散。
obstructions vanish, all enemies and enmities vanish.
问唵萨瓦达达达达伊达姆格鲁那门查拉堪尼达尼唵啊吽。
100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Om Pitsa Satta Sammaya Malupalaya Pitsa Satta Tero Paticha Chicho Me Pawa Satta Thai Me Pawa Subbo Thai Me Pawa Anurato Me Pawa Sawa Sati Me Polaya Chap Sawa Kama Sutta Me Chittamu Solidan Kulu Hok Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pitsama Me Mansa Pitsa Pawa Maha Samaya Sato Ahum Pe Om Pitsa Sato Samaya Malupalaya Pitsa Sato Tero Paticha Chicho Me Pawa Sato Thai Me Pawa Subbo Thai Me Pawa Andrato Me Pawa Sawa Sati Me Polaya Chap Sawa Kama Sutta Me Chittamo Solidan Gulu Hok Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pitsama Me Mansa Pitsa Pawa Maha Samaya Sato Ahum Pe Om Pitsa Sato Samaya Malupalaya Pitsa Sato Letu Paticha Chicho Me Pawa Sato Thai Me Pawa Subbo Thai Me Pawa Andruatto me pawa, sawa sutti me pula yasat, sawa kama, sutsa me chittamo, solidan kulu ho, ha 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 ha, bakabun, sawa, tatakata, pizza mame menza pizza bawa maha samaya, sato a hong pe.
Great homage using visualization for Student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Second, all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Third, to all Hedukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth, have power. Completion mantra. The ceremony has been completed in perfection. We are truly grateful to His Holiness for presiding over this Marici Homa fire offering ceremony. Now, with good reference, we are inviting our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to transmit the precious Buddha Dharma teachings. First of all, let's pay homage to the lineage Gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao-Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of Homa today, Marici Bodhisattva. Simu, Duten Siddhi Rinpoche, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the webcast. Our participating VIPs today are
General Chief Secretary of Taiwan's government, Mr. Zheng and Mrs. Zheng. From academia, Professor Zhu and Mrs. Zhu. From True Buddha Foundation, the Law Advisor, Lawyer Lu Wenxiang and Lawyer Zhou Huifang. From Zhongshan Affiliated Hospital, the Director, Doctor from Plastic Surgery, Mr. Zheng, Dr. Zheng. From Nantou County Council, Mr. Jian. True Buddha School, the professor groups and the medical groups, all the members. From America, Atlanta, Dr. Lin Shuhua. The president of the Taiwan Tourism Association, Miss Wu. She is also the famous performing artist, Xiao Layama. From Taichung, Kiwanis International 43rd General Assembly Leader of District B, Miss Tsai. From Tainan City Council, the representatives of Mr. Tsai Wang-quan. Notable performing artist, Miss Wang Jingyi. The president of the Straits Petroleum Singapore Company, Mr. Zhuang and Mrs. Zhuang. From Taiwan Lotus Light Charitable Society, Mr. Zhang Yaoren.
My university, same classmate, 朱金水先生及夫人陈泽霞女士。华光功德会总会长及大圆满九次第喜金刚讲义及密宗道次第广论制作人莲月上师。
The producer of Vajra Mr. Lian Yue and the host Dharma Sister Pei Jun.
道果圆觉经主持人莲海上师。
The host of the Lamdre and also the Sutra profession.
中天电视台冰点上新灯节目制作人。
The producer of the TV program Illuminating Your Heart, Rebecca Shi.
My sister, 卢胜梅女士。这里感谢昆山永华机械有限公司邓秀玉师姐打斋10万
We
元。
also appreciate Dharma Sister Deng's donation of the meal from Kunshan Mainland China Machinery Company.
大家午安，大家好。
Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
大家好。你好，大家好。唔該晒。薩瓦迪卡，감사합니다。 Normal, konnichiwa. And good afternoon. Selamat siang. Selamat petang. 多一句，少句。Hola, amigo. Que quiero mucho. 我们今天是做
Today,
这个麻利支天菩萨的父母。
we perform the Homa of Marici
那么麻利
Bodhisattva.
支天呢，这个法已经传过了。
And we have transmitted the Dharma practice of Marici before,
还有他的这个咒语，他的咒语。
but we can recap in her
麻
mantra.
利基所哈，这个就是麻利基，也就是
Om Marici Soha. Marici is Marici Bodhisattva.
它是
So this deity signed a contract with True Buddha School. Is the protector that is in contract with True Buddha School. Her sixth syllable is mo, mo, which is the first syllable of Marici. And the mudra is the same as Mahachakras. So she's extremely magnificent, seated on a lotus cart and drawn by 7 golden pigs or boars, 3 faces, each with 3 eyes, 8 arms, and on the left, she's holding a lasso, a bow, ashoka branch, and a thread. The right hands are holding vajra sceptre, a needle, a hook, and an arrow and a bow, or an arrow. And she has many Dharma rituals or practices. So the right face is dark red, as perfect as the full autumn moon, with the supreme light, affable and looks like a young girl. And the left face is the face of a boar, ugly, wrathful, frowning, with protruding fangs, and the tongue sticking out. That's very wrathful. And the front face is the kind face, dark yellow, smiling, and the lips as red as vermilion. Courage and non-hindrance. And her vajra name is the war god. In Greece, there was a lord of war, which is Athens, and in the east, that's Marici. So she has many Dharma practices, and they were all transmitted before. You can check from before. And there was a Dharma to become invisible, that nobody will be able to see you, and also to conquer drowsiness. Like this afternoon, after lunch, you are getting sleepy, and Marici has a Dharma to avoid the drowsiness, and also to carve statues to protect you, and thread and So because he's in charge of all the planets and all the stars, so the 28 heavens, so the 36 planets of the heavens, and also the 72 celestial branches of the earth. So she's also in charge of all the planet rulers, all 64 Tai Suis, and also all the ghosts and all the spirits. So in Taoism, we call her the Doumu Xingjun, Doumu. And in Tantrayana, she's called Marici Bodhisattva. So she has many functions, and it's mentioned here. If you practice her Dharma, there are many calamities that can be eradicated. One of them is calamities due to politics, calamities due to thieves and robberies, and due to travel. When you go out or on trips, in boats, in cars, in planes, all can be avoided. Any disasters or accidents due to those can be avoided if you practice Marici. Or natural disasters like earthquake, flood, windstorm, fire can be avoided. And disaster due to weapons, like if you go into war and the bullets aim at you, it happened to be blocked by your wallets, so you can avoid it. And also disasters due to ghosts and evil spirits. When you encounter ghosts, can be avoided by practicing this. And also due to poisons and toxins. If someone poisons you, and all of a sudden you don't feel thirsty anymore, so you don't drink it, so you avoid it. Also due to wild beasts, the poisonous snake was very timid, and the tiger seeing you just turn around and pass by you. And also due to enemies and evil people specifically is targeting you but cannot harm you. So you can avoid it even when you encounter your enemies. So there are many benefits in practicing this deity. So I remember I encountered a disaster before. Someone was trying to capture me. I asked Golden Mother, what should I do now? And Golden Mother told me, so you need to pray to two bodhisattvas. One is your own mother. So Golden Mother told me to ask my own mother, and she was an emanation of Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. And second, you can ask Marici Bodhisattva. So in front of my altar, I continually chanted Marici Bodhisattva. And then I used her very special mudra. So the pinky is very tight against the palm, and then slightly wider and slightly wider and slightly wider. So you will form a hole. But the pinky is shut, closed. And then first I visualize myself to become a drop of light, a very small drop of light. And I enter into the center of my left palm. And then you use your right palm to close the top of your left mudra after you entered into it. And then you recite Om Marici Soha. Then you become invisible. At that time, Bodhisattva told me to immediately leave Seattle. To go where? She told me to go to Tahiti. So from America, you fly to Hawaii, transit, and then fly for another 4 hours to Tahiti. And we know there are 3 groups of islands in the Pacific Ocean. The first islands, the first group is Samoa, under US. And the second island group is Tahiti. That's a colony of France. And then Fiji, the Fiji Islands. That's under the Britain. Under Britain. So there are 3 island groups. And she asked me to go to Tahiti. For what? And she told me to take pictures with the pigs. And I did obey. I listened. So I flew to Hawaii, then to Tahiti, and I rented a small car. And as we entered into the wood, I really saw pigs and stuff. And then we have pictures taken with the pigs. And then after that, we went around the island and we stayed there for 7 days. And then Golden Mother told me, now you can go back to Seattle. And then transit in Seattle to go to Taiwan. And she told me to go into retreat in Taiwan. So what does this mean? You're all now befuddled. She told me to go to Tahiti first to have my picture taken with the pigs. And the pictures were published on the True Buddha News. And sure enough, I went to Tahiti to have a pig's farm. Actually, it wasn't the case. I had gone to Taiwan then. That was a scheme to avert the enemies by tricking the enemies. Everybody thought I was in Tahiti. And in Tahiti, I created 3 islands. One is called the Tongxing Island. If you read my book, you would know. And then the Tianxi Island and the Yingyue Island. Actually, in Taiwan, there are 3 buildings. One is called Tongxing Building. And then the second one is the Tianxi Building in the 7th district. And the last one was the building that I'm staying now, also on the in the 7th district. And every day I went swimming. That's called the Yezi Lake, because in the Tianxi building there was a swimming pool that had the shape of a leaf. That's why I call it the leaf or Yezi Lake. So I was in retreat for 3.5 years here, and I was looking for a hoodlum, And who was that? That was Master Lian-ji. He was jobless and he had nothing else to do. Marici told me, you had the phone number of this person and you go find him. And I did. And he had no work. And he wasn't an employee. And he wasn't in business at that time. He had no business at that time. So he had no job and no business. And he was just wandering around all day long, every day, like a wanderer. So I eventually found him and called him. And he came and he brought me to stay at his place, and that was the Dongxing building. And then later I moved to the Tianxi building, or Tianxi Island, and then lastly to the Yingyue Island. So Master Lian-ji, the hoodlum, so he's like a homeless, he's like a wanderer, but he does have some money. He was like a tramp, a vagabond. So he offered meals to me, and it was the like all you can eat, but at that time it was very cheap. It was like 50 NT dollars a person. So under the care of Master Lian-ji, I lived in Taiwan for 3.5 years. So, when I was young, I remember when the typhoon comes, the sound of the wind and the rain beating against the windows. So I miss that. But Marici told me that while you're in Taiwan for 3.5 years, no typhoon can reach Taiwan. Right? Master Lian-ji? Really, for 3.5 years there was no typhoon whatsoever. But as soon as I left Taiwan, my one foot was leaving Taiwan and the last foot was leaving Taiwan, going back to Seattle. Typhoon got to Taiwan. But before that, for 3.5 years, there was no typhoon whatsoever. You can check. So one of my disciples was an immigrant officer, and he especially checked that since I got into Taiwan, got in and out of Taiwan for a period of 3.5 years, there were truly no typhoons whatsoever in Taiwan. Not only no typhoon, also no earthquake. only one thing, and that was SARS. At that time, SARS was really horrible. That the hospitals were guaranteeing nobody could get in and out. So I prayed to Golden Mother, and I prayed to her to help Taiwan. So Marici and Golden Mother gave me a small paper bag. But as soon as the bag descended, it became really big, and it covered the whole Taiwan, and all the germs were retracted into the bag, and all of a sudden SARS disappeared. So SARS came suddenly and disappeared suddenly. And there has not been any SARS ever since. The germs were all gone. So if you practice Marici Dharma, it's really incredible. There's the mudra, mantra, Om Manici Soha. With the mantra, mudra, and her look, and you visualize how she looks, that would be incredible. She can really avert many calamities. And then later on, and I went back to America and was in retreat for another 2.5 years there. So 3.5 plus 2.5 years, that's 6 years, right? So I was in retreat for 2.5 years in the US, and it was very nice. Very safe. And as soon as I got out, I won the lawsuit. So this was the calamity due to countries or politics. So this event did happen. So I follow. So when things is going smoothly, there's nothing to be glad about. But when there's so many adversities, there's nothing to be sad about either. Why? Because Marici Bodhisattva is here, and my mom is protecting too. And also my mother in heaven, that's Golden Mother. And Golden Mother is truly important to me. She opened my divine eye. That was truly, truly incredible, remarkable. Golden Mother is truly, truly remarkable. I did not know anything at all before. To perform any rituals, forming any mudras, or foot mudra, or hand mudra. I did not know anything at all. I was a Christian from the Presbyterian Church. I was baptized there. I baptize you with this water in the name of God. And the minister that gave me the baptism. So do you still believe in Jesus Christ? Yes. It's not that after I believe in Buddhism that I don't believe in Jesus Christ anymore, you know? Jesus Christ was from Nazareth. And he went to the Himalaya from Nazareth. And for many years, it was not recorded in the Bible where he was. He actually went to the Himalaya. And he learned the Dharma of the Kagyupa, the white sect. He wore the white robe, the same as those worn by the white sect. And he also wore the Lama robe, which is the same color as ours. And he walked. And the Dharma, the teachings that he gave was no difference from Buddha Dharma. He also showed many miracles. The first one was he transformed water into wine. By blessing the water, it became wine. And he understood Buddha Dharma. He understood the three wheels are intrinsically empty. He taught us to endure. If someone slaps your right cheek, give them the left cheek. That's about endurance, patience. If someone take your jacket, give them your underwear as well. That's endurance or patience. She can transform too, the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. So, by continually chanting the name of his guru, he could multiply that to feed so many people. He could walk on water. And he could also resurrect people or dead people and make the blind to see and make the deaf hear. So he had tremendous transcendent power. So Jesus Christ was my guru, my teacher, one of my teachers. So when I left Christianity to enter into Buddhism, Jesus Christ appeared near my bed and told me that the path you walk on is the same as the path that I walked on. So I'm telling you the truth. When I was leaving the Christian church to study Buddhism, Jesus Christ, wearing white, appeared to me in joy and told me that the path you walk on is the same as mine. So what we learn is the lamp in front of the feet of sentient beings, the guiding light of sentient beings. Then the most important thing is to be in union with your utmost, with your yidam. So today, let's continue to talk on Lamdre. If the practice of life redemption does not help, then one needs to practice the transference of consciousness. It's divided into 3. transference of consciousness by transforming the appearance, shifting the spirit, and by sound. So what is the transference of consciousness by transforming the appearance? This is to be practiced before sleep until definite death omen appears. Invoke your Yidam and Root Guru, which are of the same look, to appear in front of you in the space above. Make offering if you have them. If not, offer with your mind with all earnestness, and repent all samaya breach, whether you realize them or not. Repent all the breach to your samaya. If there is a guru in the vicinity, ask for the main empowerments of the path. If not, perform on your own according to the procedure and offer flourishing offerings and seeds. Also, when myriad forms appear due to transformation of the body form that you get, let go of the body of your yidam. Transform it into your visualized form so that the form of your yidam merge with the form of your consciousness to become one taste. When no phenomena arises, this is the attainment of upholding clarity. So you may not understand reading this excerpt, so let me explain it. When the life redemption Dharma ritual has been performed, but the death omen is still here, then you have to find ways to leave behind your physical body or the rotten sack. And there are three ways. The first one is transference of consciousnness by transforming the appearance. As I said before sleep I always say, transcending life, leaving behind all sufferings. Namo Amitabha. I invite my mother, my heavenly mother, to be in church 3 times, and I would recite that every night. That's my practice to be born into the Buddha land. Namo 36,119,500 Buddhas by the same name and identification of Amitabha, Om Ami Devasye. And I would recite it 3 times. May all who recite Buddha Amitabha be reborn into the Western paradise, repaying fourfold generosities from above and aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. After that, I would recite the epithet of the 3 sages of the West. Om Ami Devasye, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Sisiso Soha. Amitabha, Guan Yin, Bodhisattva, and Mahastama, Bodhisattva. These 3 deities, the 3 sages of the West, and they appear. After I see them appear, I would say Om Ah Hum. The light appears, and I would sleep inside light. I would do it every night before falling asleep. So, what am I praying for? I am practicing that at the time of death, to let go of my body, physical body, that I would leave my body at the tip of my crown. There's a hole at the tip of my crown. Please raise your hand if you have. Raise higher. So, if you have seen it, you have. If you don't, you don't. There's a hole at the top of my crown. So my consciousness will leave from that hole. But at the moment of death, you need to invoke your root guru, yidam, and they are one and the same. No difference. You cannot say, oh, I don't want my root guru, I want my yidam. You cannot have this kind of discrimination, because your root guru is the one that taught you about your yidam, either root guru or yidam or any deity. Let me tell you what's going on with me. I hope that Golden Mother will appear. She is my Divine Mother. But Golden Mother may not appear. Why? And also, which Golden Mother? The Golden Mother here at the Lei Tsang Temple? This one? This Golden Mother is in the form of a goddess, or the one upstairs? That's in the form of a Taoist Golden Mother. Or the one on the 6th floor with the white face. Very dignified, very good looking. And the one that appeared to me today was also very good looking, very magnified, very dignified. And there are 3, 4 Golden Mothers, 5 Golden Mothers at my home. And they all in different forms. One with the black face, one with the pink face, and 2 holding celestial peach, and one with the gourd, and one with the celestial duster. They're all different. So I see this and that, and whichever the deity that appears, you cannot discriminate against her. So you pray to Golden Mother, and Golden Mother appears, and you say, oh, this one? No, I don't want this one, I want the younger one. When Grandmaster sees a young and beautiful lady, my blood pressure will rise gradually. However, what should I do? Oh, I don't want this deity. This Golden Mother is too old. No, no, you can't be like that. It's written here. So transforming the appearance. So even when an older Golden Mother appears, she's still dignified. After she appears, then I myself has to be completely of the same look as that Golden Mother. Can you do it? You cannot say that, oh, this one's too old, I don't want. I want the one that's in the goddess form of the Taiwan temple. She's rather young. No, please remember, whichever deity appears, you have to become that deity. Say like Golden Mother, Om Jimmo Siddhi Hom, and the home shines light upon you. So Om Ahom, and by use of the light, it transformed to become Golden Mother. So the Golden Mother that you transform into has to be exactly the same as the Golden Mother in the space. And at this time you enter into the body of Golden Mother. Or Golden Mother enters into my body. And this is called I enter, enter I. And this way you don't have to go through Bardo state, and you can directly go into the realm of Golden Mother. So this is called the transference of consciousness by transforming the appearance. Where is the most beautiful Golden Mother? At my room inside the Tantric Quarter in Seattle, America. This is given by my disciple. And I don't want to show it to anybody that she's mine. But if she doesn't come, you cannot choose. So whichever deity appears, then that would be it. So what happens if Golden Mother doesn't come? Instead, your Guru comes. Then you merge into the Guru. Because Guru, the teacher, the root Guru, represents the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And you can go to the Buddha land directly. If at the time of death Jesus Christ appeared, then that's my God. He's also my Guru. Then I transform to become exactly like Jesus Christ and merge with Jesus Christ. Then you can go to the realm of Jesus Christ. That's also a tremendous Pure Land. He also has great power. So here at Grandmaster's place, doesn't matter what religions you have, Muslims, Christianity, Catholics, Orthodox, Hinduism, Greek Orthodox, whatever religions you have, you can learn and study here with Grandmaster. I don't discriminate against any other religions. And I don't discriminate against anything, any other schools and sects. I believe, like Confucius, he talks about globalization, that the whole world is the same, common. So like Jesus Christ is white, and if you're black and you say, oh no, we're different. Or if you're white and Jesus appears as a black, then you say, oh no. So this transference of consciousness by transforming the appearance, you hope that the yidam that you have most affinity with appear, then you can go to this place. When husband and wife are fighting, there are two suggestions for the couple to stop the war. One, we both have to admit that I'm right. And what's the second one? The second one, we both agree that you're wrong. Either we both agree that I'm right, or we both agree that you're wrong. So please don't reason. Don't reason to the, if in church or in temples, that's okay, but never to your wife. Because if you start to speak rationally or to reason with your wife, then that's time to get divorced. Or to your boss, then you will be fired. There are some places that you cannot reason rationally. reason can only be discussed here. So when Simu is talking about reasons or rationally, then I'm always irrational. Then I become the irrational one, because we have to maintain the marriage. There's no use to talk rationally to her because there's no reason. If you want to start to talk about reasons, then she would have many more, and she would stand beside your bed and talking from the beginning of the era, and she would talk from night till dawn. She would have many more reasons. So that's why every time she starts to talk rationally or talk about reasons, then I just listen. The only place I can talk about reasons is here. Xiaoming said that the foreign Christmas songs are really horrible because it sounded like some Taiwanese words. And our own songs are better. Also twist of words of the Chinese song. So every country has their own cultures and customs, but Grandmaster would embrace it all. Grandmaster can sing, but don't sing the love songs. Don't sing about the romance. But you can think that my Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are the blue, blue sky every day. This is to teach you that you have to be open-minded, that longing is empty. And who are you longing for? That's your idam. That's why you can sing this song. So don't be so stuck in the mud. It's dynamic. It's flexible. Only this way you can use it to help people. Then you can reach more people, wider people. Liao Wang, in his old age, died and fell to hell. So if you were faithful to only one woman, then you can drive a Mercedes-Benz. But then if you have two women, then you drive a Toyota. If you have so many women, then you would just ride a bicycle. And he said that, oh, I only left one woman, so he drive a Benz. But all of a sudden, he stopped on the side of the road and cried, Benz is the best car, why are you crying? And he replied, but I just saw my wife, and she's riding a bicycle. So let me tell you, as a Buddhist practitioner, we can just close one eye. Let's learn from Jesus Christ. What did Jesus say? Is to embrace. If your wife has followed someone that she loves more than you and left you, and now that person loves your wife more and gives her happiness, then we have to learn the spirit of Jesus. Then you let it go. So that's a modern problem. So that if you have someone you love but you don't get along, then there would be the flying knife. So you want to go separate, then they would be beaten to bruises. But that's not love. If someone loves your wife better and can give her true happiness, then you should wish them well. That would be good. Then this would be right. When we were in the military, we see it in the toilets. They all have gravities on the wall. There are so many flowers. Why are you so attached to just one? So although the person is in the military, but the heart is at home, thinking of the wife at home. So all the gravity on the walls in the military. So you need to understand that true love. It's not by having it. It's not by owning. You can let go. Although you really love her, but someone gives her more happiness, then you should wish them well. Then this would be right. Then this would be able to alleviate the current problems of separate couples, that they become enemies. As Buddhists, it's very important not to have any enemies. The joke, a young couple just had a toddler, and the wife was very teaching the toddler to say Papa, and the husband saw that, was very happy seeing it, that the mom was teaching the toddler to call Papa, to call Dad first instead of Mom. But it turned out that the toddler was just crying and kept calling Papa, Papa, called Dad. And the mom said, "Hey, your kid is calling you." And then the husband just realized. So one thing, please don't be too scheming. Just be natural. That would be beautiful. Just be it. Just whatever you are, you are. There's no need to be scheming and manipulating. Like Grandmaster, it's okay if you want to come, it's okay if you don't come. If you want to join Buddha schools, fine, or not, it's fine. So everything depends on the affinities, it's fine. Grandmaster will not force it or use any tricks or games. So it's just all due to affinity. We just let it be. Always do good, never do bad. And purify your mind. That's all Buddhism. That's Buddhism is all about. So Buddhism is talking about purifying the mind. Once you purified your mind, your speech or mouth, your ears, your body, once you purify your mind, then all your body, speech and mind will be purified. And only because you're purified, you can transform to become Yidam and you to merge with the Yidam. Only once you're purified. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Taiwan Lei Tsang Temple has the following announcement. Next Saturday is Yamadaka Fire Homa ceremony. And March 24th, it will be Trinity of Longevity. We are going to celebrate the anniversary of Grandmaster's ordained. And March the 31st is Trinity of the Pure Land. And the Fire Homa ceremony, all the information have been recorded on Lei Tsang Temple website. On April 29th, Grandmaster will be here to release his new book, and we will have a ceremony to celebrate Grandmaster's birthday. And on April the 8th, Grandmaster is going to the International Convention Center in Kaohsiung, and the main deity is Green Tara. invite His Holiness to place all the statues and the holy waters at Lei Tsang Temple and to perform the overall empowerment and recite the root Guru Heart Mantra.
恭请师母莲香上师上法座。恭请仁波切及上师团上法座，教授师请上座。恭请根本传承上师莲生佛，赐给一位大众麻利之天不共大法灌顶。 包含引孙法、持亏色法、结印护身法、科相持难法、真现弘二人口恩法、持病法、起悟法、百灵相助法的灌顶。师尊今日灌顶包含皈依灌顶，一位大众请所结麻利之天菩萨所印，观想麻利之天菩萨置顶放光加持，唱诵麻利之天菩萨心咒。
Master
没有灌顶的，赶快过来灌顶。还没有灌顶的，赶快过来灌顶。阿弥陀佛。灌顶的，赶快过来灌顶。红灌顶即将圆满，还没有灌顶的，赶快过来灌顶。灌顶即将圆满，阿弥陀佛。 我们热烈掌声感谢师尊赐给一位大众师圣珍贵的灌顶。请大家面向坛城。观想大礼拜，礼拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切佛。嗡啊吽，观想个礼拜为天心善印。二拜诸菩萨，嗡啊吽，观想个礼拜为天心善印。三拜护法金刚，嗡啊吽，观想个礼拜为天心善印。平等一起手。引师祖请就位，钟鼓手请就位。弟子众等祈愿师尊
佛体安康，长寿自在。
也祈请师尊
常驻台湾，大转法轮，广度众生。
法会吉祥圆满，恭送根本传承上师圣真莲生活佛、师母莲香上师、仁波切及上师团，与会大众虔诚合掌，唱诵根本上师心咒，钟鼓齐鸣。 谢来自世界各地的弘法人员、贵宾、同门及善信大德，前来护持今天的麻里之天护摩大法会。法会吉祥圆满，也感谢网络上的同门护持。我们今天的网络直播就到这里。台湾莲师祝大家平安吉祥，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。